Hey, welcome to my masterclass. Thank you so very much for joining in for this masterclass. As I said in my videos, in my regular videos, I wanted to do this as live, but I've been trying to work with the technology and I was not able to ensure that it would be running smoothly. So I decided I would just record this video, I would publish it, and then if you guys have any questions, you leave me the questions in your in the comments below this video, and then yes, I will do a video and I will answer you all these questions in a live. So you would then, if you want, come back and we can discuss that live. So in this masterclass, I am going to talk, it's the first one that I decided to make this masterclass just to give you an insider view of the translation industry, the misconceptions that sometimes exist, and what really is essential for you to be a good translator. So come with me and let's start this masterclass. So let's start this masterclass and let's start talking about translation and how to get into this industry. As you know, I've been in this industry for 14 years and I love this job. I love this. Recently, I became a mentor. I've got 2 mentees and I really love to work with my mentees. And I decided to create a YouTube channel as well because I really want to help the new generation of translators achieve their goals. I think that is something that for me it's truly important. So how do you get into the translation industry? First, you need to know your strengths, make sure you plan, and start working confidently. That's very important. First of all, you need to assess what's your strengths, what you really want to do, what's your strong subjects, how well you have how well or how proficient you are in the languages you want to work with, and then you have to plan. It's all about planning. You really need to make a good plan to make sure that you get there and you run in all of your process of setting up your business and then running your business just run smoothly and you don't have any problems. And then you need to be confident. That's part of it. As any business person, you need to be confident. You need to defend your business. You need to defend yourself. You need to be confident in your skills and you need to be confident in your business. And that's how you then be able to market your business and be able to do all of those things every entrepreneur needs to do. So, unfortunately, the translation industry, and we all know that, is a devalued and misunderstood industry. It's very unfortunate. We have a few associations, for example, NATI and HOSIT in Australia, have done or are doing a great job to promote our industry and lobby for the industry with clients and with companies, making them aware of the importance of all of this, the importance of translation and language service in our ever-changing world, in our technology world. But the reality is that there's still a lot to do, and I think we have a part on how we can change that perception and how we can change all of this. So there, as I said, there is a huge perception that to be a translator, you just need to speak 2 languages and you're fine. That's not true. I would say that it's certainly one of the requirements. We all know, and I have just said, you need to be proficient in two languages to then be able to be a translator. Yes, it is a requirement, but that's not all. That alone won't take you there. It's one of the most important or the most important requirements for you to become a translator, for sure. However, that's not all. You need more. You need way more than just the two languages. This wrong assumption obviously gonna lead into another problem that is very prominent in our industry, which is the massive devaluation of our sector. It is unfortunate and it happens all the time. Because of this perception that we just need to learn two languages, really, we are perceived as freelancers who work to make an extra buck. So those freelancers, someone that it's unqualified and just does this translation, they can speak multiple languages and then they just put themselves on Upwork or something else and they just make an extra buck. So obviously if it's an extra buck, they don't need to be paid a premium for it, because it's really not a skill work, which is obviously untrue. But this is unfortunately the perception for some. As I said, this couldn't be further from the truth, but if we want to change this perception, we must change the way we also see ourselves and the way we run our own business, because it's a vicious cycle. If you really want to change an attitude, if you really want to change the perception of something, you also need to change your attitude towards it. It all comes to mindset. It all comes to your mind. It all comes on the way you see yourself and you show yourself to the public. Of course, if you're gonna keep on showing yourself as that freelancer, and if you are going to do those things that are usually associated with freelancers, then it's gonna be harder for premium clients to see you as a valuable worker, as a valuable entrepreneur, as another business person that obviously needs to be paid a premium for it, as a skilled person. In this masterclass, I'm going to talk about the way we can turn things around and earn the respect we deserve. That's all about that. And I strongly believe that a big, huge part of this and a huge part of our success is, in fact, the perception and our mindset. If we get our things right, if we actually start from the start, we plan things and we see ourselves as entrepreneurs, if we look at ourselves with the right mindset, we can achieve big. I strongly believe that. And that's why I created this masterclass today and I'm sharing this with you. So let's go and let's see what we need. So this is what you need when you want to start a business in translation. First, you need your qualifications. You already know that you speak more than one language. I don't know in your particular case, it might be 3 languages, it might be 4 languages, or it might be just 2. That's fine. Some colleagues may, or some translators may actually speak more than the languages they work with, but they choose to focus on just that particular language pair, which is another thing. It's important that we actually choose our language pair and know which one suits us best, which one would be more profitable, etc., etc. So go for the qualifications, see what you want to do, etc. Then time management. You need to be managing your time well. You need to run your business as if it was a multinational company. You need to understand that it's part of your credibility, it's your availability. If you're not available, if you're not there, your client will perceive you as unreliable, unprofessional, and that obviously will damage your business. So you need to have great time management to be able to obviously maximize, for example, to maximize your billable hours and minimize your non-billable hours with activities such as admin, marketing, etc. Yes, we do need to do marketing. So you need a business plan as well. Of course, like any other business, you need to start from a plan. You already have your qualifications, and then you put everything on your business plan. Business name, your colors, your color scheme, then a website, what are you going to put in the website, the costs involved with all of with starting your business, your licenses. Yes, I'm a strong advocate for association membership, so obviously I would include that. Everything, all the costs, everything that you need, you should put in your business plan. You should get a comprehensive business plan. So you know what you need, and then you start executing everything that you have in that business plan. Part of that business plan is also your marketing plan, because this is a fundamental part of every business. You need to market yourself. If you don't have a website, if you don't have a presence online these days, you don't exist. Long gone the days that you would have a little advertisement on a local newspaper or something like that. In fact, for translators, that wouldn't even work, because we don't even work just with our local community. We work worldwide, so we can get clients everywhere. So we need to be seen, and we need to market for it. And then the tools. We need to have proper tools, so when we actually start running our business, we have everything organized, everything optimized, so we get a good time management. So all of these 5 points that you see in there, they are all linked. So the good tools allow for better time management. That better time management is given by a good business and marketing plan, and of course the qualifications is that bonding sector. It's that fundamental part. Without that first block of your qualifications, you obviously won't get there, but then all of the rest comes into place to help those qualifications and to help you get where you want to be. So all of this is an essential part of what it is being a translator. Let's see a little bit more. So how do we get there? First, we get qualified and set our goals. That's our first point. So let's see. Choose the right qualification for you. What do you want to do? And then you choose the right qualifications that take you where you want to be. Choose a specialization. Again, you need to choose your specialization in order to niche down your market and know exactly what you're going to do. There is nothing wrong with being a general translator, but if you can, choose a very good specialization. If you have a subject that you are very strong at and that you can set as your specialization, that will mean that you can actually upmarket your business and you can charge a premium for that, because obviously is that expertise that you are actually charging, is that expertise the client is looking after. That's choosing your niche. The more you choose, the more you niche down your market, the higher the price you can charge, and the more respected and specialized you're going to be seen as, and obviously that will always come handy. Then see yourself as an entrepreneur, not a freelancer. That's all here, all mindset. as I said, a lot of translators see themselves and advertise themselves as freelancers, and that it's automatically something that is going to put them down, because they are going to be seen as someone who, like I said before, is there for the extra buck, is there for the extra buck. And that's not true. This is our profession, this is our full-time job, and this is what we do for a living. So we need to be respected. We are business people, we are entrepreneurs, and we need to be seen as such. So bear in mind, get that mindset right. Change your perception of yourself. Change the perception that you want your client to have of yourself. And that is something that will definitely get you there. If you change the perception and you see yourself as an entrepreneur and you start running a business as a business person, that will definitely be perceived by your clients and will be appreciated by them. To do that, as I said before, you need to make your business plan. You need to plan everything about your business, how you want to operate. Do you want to operate alone? Do you want to operate with other people? For example, do you want to have a team of translators? I remember when I started Updated Words was a team of independent translators. Even though we were independent and each one of us was working independently, we used the name Updated Words as our trading name, and that made Updated Words as a team of independent translators. Set all the documentation for that, because then you need to understand that if you are working with people, you need to have rules in place so you don't you don't come across conflict. One of the things that, for example, working with other people can get you in trouble, because different people have different ideas, and that may lead to conflict. If someone is not 100% sure of what is expected of them, or if they have a certain expectation of the other members of the team, that may cause trouble. So if you have the proper planning, if you have the proper documentation with rules that are set out for that particular team, if you want to be a team, then that will help you run that team smoothly with no problems, and everyone would know what's expected of them, and everyone would know what each one of them's responsibilities are. And then if they are happy to go ahead and be part of that team, then they make that decision. If they think, well, this is not for me, they obviously leave, and there's no issues. This is serious. This is something that I would recommend, because it can save you a lot of heartache and a lot of problems. The same way, you also have to set rules for your clients, your terms and conditions and things like that, that are also very important, a very important part of your planning. All of this must be set out in your business plan. You must set out all of this when you start. You must think from the start, what do you want to do, what your goals are, everything, and then all of that must be included in your business plan, because that will help you get there faster, because you already plan. Yes, you may think, yeah, but I have spent all this time with all this planning. But think about it. You actually spend that time doing this planning, market research, which is another thing that I think is essential for any business, doing your market research to see how profitable a certain pair of languages is, or how profitable a certain specialization is, what type of clients would you get, where could you find those clients, all this sort of thing. So that's very important. But with that market planning and all of that, here comes all the setting of rules for the business and everything. If you have all of this set out even before you open your doors, you open the doors for the public and you say, well, I'm opening for business, I'm here, you will ensure that once you really open your doors and you have all those customers coming in, you already know and they already know what to expect of you and you expect of them. So this is a very, very essential part of running a business and planning a business. It doesn't matter if it's a translation business, an interpreter business, or any other business for that matter. I believe this is common sense for any entrepreneur. This is a common sense for any company. Of course, each company has its own needs, and even though you might be working as a sole trader, you should still see yourself as a business, as if it was a company. And each business has different needs, each business has different requirements, and you must cater for all of those. So it's very important that you plan. Planning is important. Building a website. I said that before. Building a website is something that I consider essential to every business. If you don't have a website, if you don't have a presence online, is simply means that you don't exist. Yes, you may tell me that you can have a profile on pros.com for translators or interpreters, for example, that you have your profile on pros, you have a very good Facebook following, Instagram following, you have a great LinkedIn page, which is also very important. But okay, you have social media, and that's good. You have the pros, that's good, that's all fantastic. But a client wants a website. If you want to see yourself as a business, if you want to see yourself as an entrepreneur, you really need to ramp up that perception in the client. And having a website, having that information, a place, like if it's your shop front, where the client can go and can get all the information about you. What do you do? Which languages you work with? What type of services do you provide? What type of prices do you charge? A contact form that they can contact you directly through there. All of that is a plus. The client is going to see, oh, well, this is someone that is serious about their business. This is a proper website. They have all the information here. I've got everything in here, terms and conditions, frequently asked questions. You know, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. When I talk about a website, and sometimes people that it's going to be extremely expensive and all of that, it does not need to be. These days, WordPress helps you do a proper website, and you can have a very good professional looking website that you can create yourself. You choose the template. Sometimes you may need to buy the template, but they usually not overly expensive. They are very accessible. You have plugins that help you do everything in your website. And even if you're not very confident with WordPress and you don't know, there is courses everywhere where you can really manage to work with WordPress. I did that. I started doing my updated words. In fact, updated words, I have never paid someone to do my website. The first version of my website was actually the content or the copy was all created by me. And then because back then I had absolutely no HTML or any web designing skills, my then colleague at Updated Words managed to put that into a website, and she was the one who created the first version of Updated Words website. But then I did a few tutorials that I found online. In fact, the tutorials were for free, and I learned how to program HTML and CSS. I never got into JavaScript or PHP. If I did, I would be able to program a WordPress site from scratch, but I didn't. So I started to do it on my own using the old Adobe Dreamweaver. Then eventually Dreamweaver started going on a cloud-based module and on a membership, a yearly membership that I considered too expensive for my business. Obviously, I don't have a web designing business. I don't have paying clients for web designing, and therefore paying that membership for a website that I'm going to go there and update every week with a few informations, maybe an article or something like that, would be a cost that I could not bear. And therefore I started thinking about other alternatives, and then I learned how to do WordPress, and I found I was quite reluctant at the beginning. I thought, because when I started programming with HTML and CSS, I started doing the websites from scratch, and I did, I think it was 3 or 4 versions of Updated Words website on my own, programming everything. So you start feeling really confident, because that's the thing about everything, is if you are confident. And that's why I think, and I tell you, that being confident about things, it's so important, because if you are confident about what you do it better, and you learn, and you keep doing it, and it's almost like it's addictive, because you have that confidence, you keep going for more, and then you learn more, you get more confident, and it keeps on going. So it's very nice, and it's very rewarding. So I was feeling really addictive to that process of programming and doing everything from scratch. However, that cost, I was not prepared to pay that cost. It was way too much. So I needed to find another plan. I ended up doing it through WordPress. Reluctantly, I must say, but then now I am completely sold. I love WordPress. Yes, I'm dealing with a template, because obviously I don't program PHP, but with the help of plugins, you can make that template your own. You can recreate. You have page builders that you can use the page builder to change parts in the template and make it look the way you want. You just have to look for a template that you like and that suits your business and that suits you. And that's not difficult. And it's not expensive at all. You obviously you have to pay for the hosting plan and for your domain, which is another thing that I think is essential. You need to have your own domain, because you need to have your own email address. When you send an email to a client from a Gmail account or from Outlook account, it does not look good. Again, it takes you back to that freelancer perception, to that freelancer idea, and that's what you don't want. You don't want to be seen as a freelancer. You don't want that perception for you. You want to be seen as an entrepreneur. So for that, the first thing to do is create your own domain. That is when you do your business plan. First task is to create the name for your business, and then with that name, get your own domain, register your own domain, and then go from there. Then obviously that would be used for your website as well. Your domain, make sure you choose one that suits you. Some people will go for the local domain, for example, like a .com.au for Australia. Some people stay with the .com. It all depends on costs. Usually local domains, they tend to be slightly more expensive. One of the things that I truly recommend, after also a few bad experiences, is that you go with a local host, because the reason behind it is, if you are dealing with a company in your own country, chances are obviously that they are covered by the legislation and the rules of your country, and if something goes wrong, you can complain, and you have the local law and authority to go after whatever malpractice that company may be doing. So bear that in mind. It's very important that you keep this in mind. So build your website, have your own domain, have your own emails, because the client sees an email with johndoe.com or whatever, or Easy Translations. Please don't use this name because it's not good at all. Translations.com or something like that. And they will see this is a real business, this is a professional business. And then do your marketing plan. Do your marketing plan and make sure that you know how to get those clients, your business, your market research. Do that and know how to get those clients, so it is easy for you when you start to go and get them. I will tell in the next slide. So have the right tools to help you. You have your qualifications, you did your marketing, you did your planning, and now you need tools to help you, because every business needs tools. You need invoicing system, you need management system. You may need, for example, timesheets if you work with corporate clients. You may need all sorts of tools. And if you have a set of tools that help you run your business effectively and, most importantly, cost effectively, so something that is not going to break your bank but still allows you to deal with all your needs and get everything organized for you, that is very important. So you minimize, as I said in the beginning of the masterclass, you minimize your non-billable hours, that is with admin, with your marketing, etc., and you maximize your billable hours that you are working for clients. So this is how you get to this job. Now, let's see a little bit more in detail. Let's make an assessment plan and reach your goals. That is important. But before that, you need to set your goals. That's the first thing you need to set. Make an assessment to set your goals. You need to make an assessment of what you've got, what qualifications what do you want to do? So, do you want to translate? Do you want to be an interpreter? Copywriting? What do you want to do? What fields do you want to work? What qualifications you already have or want to acquire? Is there any courses that you are aiming to do or you would like to do? And or if you already have, let's imagine you already have an engineering course, or you already have something that may help you with your job as a translator. And most importantly, and very important as well, what expectations do you have of this job? What do you think being a translator means? And what do you think working as a translator will do for you? That is essential, because you need to know what you want and set your goals, but also you need to set up your expectations, because then you can do a market research. You can know, according to your qualifications or whatever you already have, you can go from there and you can do a market research and see what other colleagues say, people that are already in this profession, that what do they say, so you know if your expectations are actually valid and it's okay to have such expectations, or if you have too high expectations or too low expectations. So all of this needs to be assessed, and you need to be aware of all of these things. So when you start, you already start with all of the things in your hand. This is not rocket science. This is not, and when I say you already have everything, by no means, this is not like a bulletproof program or a bulletproof method or anything like that. This is just something that if you plan, if you have everything, and if you have your market research done, if you have all your things planned and done in advance, you have less chances to fail. But again, we are all human, and failing is part of being an entrepreneur. It's a way of you getting back up and starting again and never giving up. And every single time you fall, you come up stronger and you know better, and you will not make the same mistake again. So every single time you have a tumble, you just get up, get yourself up, and you keep going. The most important thing is never to give up. You need to set your goal and look at the horizon. Always look at the horizon. It's like driving a car. You don't look straight down. You don't look at today. You don't look at next week. You look at in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, you look at the horizon, and that's your goal. In 10 years' time, I want to do this. And then you make your plan and you start going for that. That is what you should be doing. And that is how you do that. Then you set a plan to achieve those goals. You choose your career path. What qualifications do you have, or what qualifications do you need to get to that goal that you want? Get your business plan, as we were talking before. Your business name, your website, your colors, because you need a color scheme, and all of that. All the costs involved with starting your business. Do you need a business loan? All of that. Then get your marketing plan, because obviously you need to understand where your clients are, what's your specialization, so where your clients are for that specialization, how can you work with that market? Is it a profitable market? Is it a good market in your language pair? Because sometimes there might be a certain subject that may be extremely hot in a certain language pair, but then you find that in your language pair there is not much clients, there's not much market for it. So you need to make a market study and see what goes on and what is the reality in your language pair. And you can do in one direction or the other direction or both directions. This means the direction of translation. This is another thing that is another misconception, and that is something that sometimes we need to deal with, which is clients contacting us asking for a job in a direction of translation that is not the one we work with. For example, for certified translation, that happens with me a lot of times. So when you translate, for example, when I was taking my course in Portugal, translation is defined by converting a text from a foreign language into your mother tongue. So obviously, when I finished the course and when I sat the exam, the diploma in translation from the Chartered Institute of Linguists, I did it from English into Portuguese. So, because my course was set for that language pair and for that direction, I obviously can translate into the other direction, that is from English, from Portuguese into English. However, I do not certify translations into that because I do not have, for example, the NAATI certification for that. If I wanted, I would have to sit the NAATI exam to get the qualification on the other direction. And obviously I would have to duplicate that with another deep trans to be able to have it with the Chartered Institute of Linguists as well. A lot of translators just choose one direction, and again they choose to niche down and be very specific on that. One of my main sources of income is the certified translation, and I do work with a lot of clients that require documentation for applications with the Portuguese government. So think about all of that, and that is part of your market research. That is part of what you want to do. Do you like to, for example, do certified translation? Do you like to work with official documents and have those documents translated for clients who need applications to the government? What do you want to do? So that is another thing you need to do. So this is part of your marketing plan. You just go, you see your market, and the language pair and the language direction is also part of your business plan. This was just once you have that, once you have the language pair, the language direction you want to work with, then you do your market study to see where the clients are, etc., to know what expectations you should have of it, and then you do your marketing plan. Your marketing plan is based on that market research, and you know, I want to work in this particular industry. I found that a lot of clients have a presence, let's say, on Instagram, so you have to have a presence on Instagram. I would say LinkedIn would be a must for everyone. It's a professional network, and these days is the one that it's really essential. Facebook, not so much. I have that presence on Facebook solely because sometimes private clients may come through there, and you see and you choose which platforms would suit you best. You don't need to be in every platform that your clients are. If you are in one of the platforms they are and you put great content that you showcase your skills, you showcase your knowledge, you may get their attention. So get an effective market plan. Obviously, the website is part of that. And again, I say and I stress, have all your online presences coherent, consistent, and updated. You need to have it fresh. People need to know what you're doing, etc., and everything needs to be updated and fresh, so you know that you need to get there and they know what your services are, what pricing, for example, who you are, what qualifications you have, etc. Very important. And every single time that you change something, like for example pricing, you should change everywhere where is obviously applicable, but you should always start with your website. Your website is your main point of contact, is your shop front, so to speak. So do your marketing plan and then get your finances in order as well. There will be some costs involved, for example, with your association membership, with your qualifications, courses, etc. if you don't have them. There will be costs associated, for example, with professional development. There will be costs associated with your website, as I said, your hosting plan, your domain. You will have to pay for your domain, your hosting plan. Another thing, there's some people have an email service that is an extra cost, but the good thing about it is that they can keep their emails there and it's independent from the hosting service. So if you change hosting service, I apologize, I have a little bit of a cough due to allergy, so I do apologize. So if you have, as I was saying, if you have to change host, you just change all the specifications of where you have your emails. That would be an extra cost associated. I know that these days hosts provide the migration of emails as well. The one that I'm using does. So you can also look for that if you don't want. So as I was saying, you will have costs associated with setting up your business, all sorts of things, materials that you have to buy, eventually a laptop or a desktop computer, a screen, all the things you need to work and that you can include in your business plan. This is my setup, this is what I need. So you know everything, including how much it's gonna cost for you to start that business. And then it doesn't stop there. Every year you should do an annual budget where you also forecast what your expenses are going to be and your income, your expected income. So it's very important that you get all of these qualifications, the business and marketing plan, and your finances. All of this needs to be always on top, always organized and planned, so you know where you stand and you know what you need. So let's proceed. Now, let's talk a little bit more about career path. And I said a few things before. Let's continue with that part. I'm going to move my image a bit up. So first, and as I said, qualifications, very important. You need to choose a course. If you don't have one already, you need to choose a course or a diploma that suits your needs. Some people go for the tertiary education. Other people may choose other alternatives, such as the Diploma in Translation from the Chartered Institute of Linguists. It's one of the most reputable exams in the world in this industry. So if you choose that one, it's definitely a good one. They now offer another level of qualification, which is the CERT-Trans, the Certificate in Translation. So the difference between them, it's that one is a degree level certificate. So the Certificate in Translation is a degree level qualification, but the Diploma in Translation is a master's equivalent. So if you have the Diploma in Translation, the one I've got, you would have a master's equivalent. So choose the one suits you best. There's a few things you need to be thinking. Your specialization, your path, what you already have. You may have already a few qualifications. You may have courses that may be used as a qualification. For example, if you are if you already have a course in literature or something like that, that may be good for translation as well. Just see what path the courses or the qualifications you may have can give you, and then go from there. Then make sure it gives you the qualification you need. Make sure that that course, that diploma, whatever it might be, gives you what you need. And that means being accepted, being recognized, for example, by your association or regulator. In Australia, we have the association, which is AUSIT, and we have the regulator, which is NATI. And for you to get the certification with NATI, you need to have qualifications that are obviously recognized by NATI, so you can do it. So make sure you do that, because then, of course, you're not going to spend money in something that then is not going to be accepted, and you will have to do something else. So make sure you know all of these. Usually, I would suggest you to start right there in the regulator, in the association, and see if they have any lists of universities or institutes or whatever, or education providers that have courses that are endorsed by them. I would start with that. I know NATI has it, I know AUSIT has it, I'm sure other associations around the world will have that as well. And then it's your specialization is very important that you choose. As I said, you can choose to stay as a general translator. A lot of us do. Nothing wrong with that. But of course, you can niche down your market by choosing a specialization and being seen as an expert, being seen as a specialized translator. And with that, you can capitalize on existing skills or qualifications. For example, if you already have a degree in, let's say, mathematics or a medical degree or biology or anything like that, you can set that as your specialization because you already have the knowledge of that field. Some people choose that when they do a career change and they work in the field for a certain amount of time and then they change their careers, they decide to change and become translators. Then they can obviously use that as their specialization because they already have the contacts. For example, they already have contacts of possible clients, they already have the knowledge, they just need to get the qualifications as translators. And in that case, I think something like the deep trans would be very suitable for them. So always capitalize on your existing skills for your specialization, or even when you're choosing your career path, assess what qualifications you already have and make sure you know if they are enough or if you need something else. I would say you always need something that qualifies you as a translator, because there's always those things about being a translator that you need to acquire. But if you already have something that puts you on that field, that would be good. Then make sure you choose a field that is on demand. And that's what I was talking about when you do market research. You choose a field that you would like to work with and that's good for you. So then you just go and see if that field is on demand for your language pair and in your direction of a translation, the one that you want. If you want to do both, remember that you might need to do 2 exams and you might have to pay double to get there. So that would be included. That would be included in your costs. And doesn't have to be fancy. Your specialization doesn't have to be anything fancy. Something simple. Niche down your market. Something simple. Something that you like. Main thing, something that you like, something that you are extremely confident with. For example, if you are really good with photography, why not set that as your specialization if there is a niche market for that? Or if you really love cooking, why not translate cooking books? It all depends on something that you really like. Sometimes it doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be another course that you need to take or anything like that. Sometimes just something that you really like. If there's a market for it, you are very confident with it, you just run for the hills with it. It just is that simple. It's that simple. All you need is confidence. All you need is knowing that you're doing something that you like, that you know what you're doing, and that's it. And if you have market for it, if you do your research and you know, oh, there's a lot of people that want this sort of product, that's what I'm gonna give them. And that's it. And that's your business done. So this is your career path, and that's what you should be doing for that. Now, let's go for the next one. Again, the mindset. Very, very important. Stay away from that freelancer mindset, because that, as I said, will always going to bring you down. So be a business person. Very important. Be a business person. Stay away from that freelancer idea. You are a business person and you do run a business. It doesn't matter how many people are in the business, you do run a business. And that sets you up for success. Make sure the qualifications you choose take you where you want to be. That's why that planning is so essential. You plan it, you make sure that you know exactly where you want to be, you know exactly what you want, you look at the horizon, you set a plan to get to A to B, and that's important. That's the focal point. From the start, you always need to set that goal and always look towards that goal. Run your business like a multinational, even if it's just you. Very important, and I said it before, you need to be very organized. A lot of translators have this idea that if they are freelancers, they can work when they want, whatever they want, there's this flexibility idea, and that's not good. Another idea that is sometimes thrown around, and especially agencies take advantage of this idea, is that you are a freelancer, you can work weekends, you can work nights, you can work 24/7, 7 days a week, 12 months a year. Well, as you can see, it's not feasible. And that's another mistake that a lot of translators do, is they start, and because they want that volume of work, they go with that type of agency that will give them that workload at the start, and they'll give them that experience. Yes, that's positive. They get that experience. They get paid peanuts, so that's a no-no. That's a negative from that. But not only that, if you're going to work for those types of agencies in the beginning of your career, and you're going to work, for example, let's say weekends for them, or you work nights, you're setting yourself for that type of routine. So that's the client that you're going to attract, the client that wants you to work weekends, nights, and bottom feeders, clients that are going to pay really low. Once you get that, or a lot of translators do this, once they get that experience, they think, now I have experience, I'm going to upmarket myself, and I'm going to change my pricing and get the things done. I'm going to stop working weekends, I'm going to stop working nights, I'm going to establish myself differently. Well, that's when you hit the brick wall, because once you set that client, those clients are not your clients anymore. They're not the clients that you are going to attract anymore. So you're basically starting your business from scratch, because you're going to lose those clients. They are not interested in someone that is going to charge more. They want to keep you at a lower price. They are not in the business of waiting for the next day for you to complete the translation. They want you to work all night. They want you to work all weekend. That's their business model, and they're not going to change their business model for yours. Think about it. No client is going to change their business model for yours. You need to set your business model from the start. And whatever you want to do, that's what you set, and you stick with it. You stick and you stand for yourself. You stand for whatever you set for yourself. And that's it. And that's why that market study is so important. You need to know if there is clientele for that, and it is clientele for the model you want for yourself. If there isn't, you have two choices. You either change and choose another business model, or you change to another specialization, or to another type of job, to another type of field. So never try to go one way because you want to get experience, or because this or that, and then change totally different. Having said that, that does not mean that whatever you set in the beginning is set in stone and you have to do that until the end of your career. No, that's not true. You can do a career change if you want. You can change things around. It is possible. You can do it. But of course, you must be aware that any changes that you may do to your career, it might mean that you have almost like start from scratch. Because if you're going to, for example, change your career, easy to see that the clients you currently have are not going to be your clients anymore, because you are going to be working in another field. If you're going to change your working hours, the clients that you are working today, because you are available for them at those times, if you change those times, it may not suit them anymore, and you may lose those clients. So be assured of that. Another thing is, with raising prices is always a mess. I know it's one of the most difficult things we have to do in our career. But again, if you set that routine that your pricing is changed annually or whatever you decide, the client is already expecting that. The client already knows that you are going to change. Because after all, We all need to pay bills. They need to pay their bills as well. If you are working with corporate clients, they also change their pricing to their own clients because obviously their costs are different. So make sure that you set that routine. It's all about setting a routine and sticking to that routine. You need to be consistent in everything that you do. So please do that. You need to have that multinational mind, having everything set up. And if you set up from the start that you work 9 to 5, that's 9 to 5. Don't change that, because every changes that you make, it may mean that you will need to start again, because you may lose the clients that you have, because you might not be suitable for them anymore. Unless they really, really like you and they can accommodate the changes, it might happen. Once you become really a niche translator, really a good one, which I'm sure you are. But even so, there is always the risk that if you make dramatic changes to your business, I'm sorry about this. If you make dramatic changes to your business, you're gonna have dramatic consequences of that, and that may be losing a few clients. But most of all, have a positive attitude and be open to explore the market and all the opportunities that come your way. That's another thing that I consider very important. Be open-minded, and especially when I say be a business person, is be always ready to talk about your business and be always ready to advertise for your business and do that. Because you don't know where a possible client just crosses your path. It might be on a family barbecue. It might be on your best friend's wedding. It might be anywhere that you meet someone that works in the same industry that you work with and possibly may be needing translation. And you must always be prepared to sell your business. Again, your brand is important. That name that you choose for yourself, that website, that email, etc. Have a few business cards. Give a business card to the person, whoever is that you meet, and say, oh well, I run a translation business. I have translation solutions for companies like yours. If you have a need me, please feel free to contact me. And you give your business card. Always be prepared to market your business, because you never know where a possible client may be. And it might just be in front of you, ready to be picked and ready to start business relationship with you. Very important. Always be a business person and see yourself as a business person, and be prepared to advertise for yourself. Now, plan ahead. Again, that's what I said. Capitalize on your existing skills or qualifications for that specialization and more. Make sure you choose a field that is on demand, that market study. Doesn't have to be fancy. Again, as I said, just niche down your market. Choose something you are confident with, something you really like and you really, really know about. Make a comprehensive business plan that will set everything you need before you start, and then everything will run smoothly. Or, of course, there's always going to be obstacles, there's always going to be challenges. There's challenges for everyone, but if you make that plan, you might think, okay, I have a plan B. Okay, this didn't go to plan. I need to do that. But you already prepare for it. If you do that plan, you already prepared. You already know what you're going to do. And that's what this is about. And then complement that with your marketing and financial plan. So you know everything. You have your finances, you have your marketing, where you're going to have your presence online. Remember that brand, those colors, everything that must be throughout, your email signatures, your business cards, your website, everything. Everything must be seen as a whole. You must look at your business as a whole. And then you must have an holistic approach to that business, from the branding to the finances to everything. Everything needs to be seen as a whole. And you always have to look at the bigger picture, and you always need to see, well, this is how I'm going to get clients, and this is what I'm going to do. So get all you need. The planning, as I said, having the business plan is essential because you set out all your requirements and steps to take before you start, including the costs. As I said, that business, that financial planning, that is so important. For example, even if you need a business loan, some businesses need business loan. If you need to acquire a business loan, then you will need that business plan, and that would come in handy. Marketing, very important. If you don't market yourself, you don't exist. So have an efficient marketing plan, a website, social media, so you can reach your ideal client faster. You must set your ideal client, and then from that ideal client, you build your marketing plan. You see which platforms online you're going to be in, which social media, how you're going to build your website in order to be really attractive to that client. Then all the building design. Have a good coordination between all sectors of your business. The marketing, the tools, everything must be, as I said, an holistic approach. So have good coordination between all sectors of your business, so you know it will be easy to run it. If you have effective tools that help you run your business, you know, for example, if you have an invoicing system, a management system that tells you you have 1 or 2 unpaid invoices, all you need to do is go there and check it. It's easier for you to know, okay, this client didn't pay the invoice, I need to send them a notice. And that will be good. Another thing, and once I said this, I reminded me of something. For example, building something like a statement of account is much better than resending the invoice and telling that the invoice is outstanding. You just send the statement of account and say that you have noticed that the invoices haven't been paid, blah, 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 and on a more polite and professional way. Always deal with things on a professional way, because it really comes back to you. Another thing that I haven't said, and it's very important, is the negative comments. I say this on my YouTube channels. I've said that to my mentees as well, is that stay away from negative comments online. Sometimes there's all these groups about blacklists and all these things, and sometimes translators just go there and talk about bottom feeders and agencies that do this, don't pay, or this or that. Yes, it's upsetting, but please don't take these groups to rant about any client, because you may lose good clients due to those comments. Most of those groups would be open. Even if they are not open, they may have people posing as translators from those companies or from companies just to see what translators are saying, and they will see what you say, and they may think, oh well, if there's something that goes wrong, this translator is going to ruin my reputation. They're going to talk badmouth my company, so I'm going to stay away from this person, and that will obviously damage your business. So stay away from it. Even if you have a bad experience, of course it's okay to say it, but you just say, well, I had a bad experience, there was a few misunderstandings, this and that, but please stay away from toxic comments, from really negative comments. That's very important. Then set your strategy, and this is part of your strategy. Set your ideal client and your strategies to get that client. As I said, the market study and all the other things that we said in this masterclass. Set healthy business practices that will give you and ensure you a recognition in the market. You know, it's very, very, very important that you have healthy and ethic practices. An ethical business is always going to be recognized, because if you do things ethically, if you do things in a positive way, in a good way, clients are going to appreciate that, and customer service is a big part of that. Make sure that you treat your clients with respect, and customer service is a huge part of that respect. And I would say it's, for me, the best marketing campaign is a satisfied customer, and I think that goes a long way. If you provide good customer service and if you have satisfied customers, they not only have or are likely to come back to you, but they are also likely to recommend you to a friend or another company that needs translations. That have happened to me along my career. And it's really rewarding when you receive an email from a previous client saying, do you still do translations? Would you still be able to help me with this? It's really good. Really, really good. Ask for reviews as well. It's also good to have a review section in your page, in your website. Ask for reviews. A lot of clients wouldn't mind it. And have a customer satisfaction survey. That should be a part of your strategy as well. And then launch. You're ready to launch. You're ready to launch. Once you got all your planning and execution done, let everyone know, and that's a mistake there, a typo, let everyone know you are open for business. That is the main thing. You planned, you have all this planning, you have all this execution to get everything ready. Once you have everything ready, it's just like having a physical shop. You paint the walls, you get all the chairs and the desks and everything ready, the shop front if you have it, and then once everything is ready, you open the doors and you say, I'm opening for business. And this is the same thing, only that shop front is your website, and then you need to advertise for it and you need to let your clients know you are there. So this is where I can help you get all your planning and tools organized. Let's see how. Updated Words Learning. If you are on my YouTube channel, you know that I have a school, a teachable school called Updated Words Learning. My online school, Updated Words Learning, offers you a range of solutions that help you start your business. This is why I created this school, because I really want to help the new generation of translators. I really want you to start with confidence and avoid the errors that I've made when I started. Because when I started, I had a lot of questions in my mind. There was not much help at the time. There was no social media or anything like that. And I really had to do it on my own. And now that 14 years ahead, all these years have passed, I acquired all this experience, and now I want to help the new generation to be able to start with confidence and know that help is out there and they can do this. And it's a great profession. You just need to plan it. You just need to do the right things and you'll be all right. You can choose the course that suits you best or combine a few courses in a plan that will take you where you want to be. As I said in the beginning, you need to know where you want to be and then plan and make your choices according to that goal. Today I am launching, it's a very important day, I am launching my third course for you, which is called Creating Your Business Tools, and helps you create your business tools simply using Microsoft Office. My first course is about the qualifications, the second is a business course, and this one will help create those business tools that will help you run your business, like the management system, like your glossaries if you need them, because obviously if you work with CAT tools, your glossaries are created automatically by the CAT tool, your invoicing system, and even your timesheet support in case you need it. So let's see what I've got for you. So I'm going to change this here. These are my courses. As I said, my first course is choosing the right qualifications in translation, the solution for those who want to be, not what, who want to be translators, but do not know where to start. It explores the academic side of becoming a translator, from university courses to all these postgraduate diplomas and all of that. It also talks about culture, and our culture our culture is a very important part of translation. Setting all this your routine that I was talking about before, setting your clients and all of that. So it's more of the academic part of it, and all the more technical part of being a translator. The second course that has been in the market for 1 year as well as the business course for translators, and in this is the solution for those starting or wanting to take their business to another level. It helps you set your business and marketing and financial plans and run your business like a multinational. It also touches parts like doing your own website, all the requirements like plugins, etc., and including your tools. However, this new course is where I really go deep and teach you step by step how to design those tools. So creating your business tools, that is has been launched today. It's live now. You can purchase it right now. A great solution for a cost-effective way of having great tools in place that help running your business without breaking your bank. So this will help you do using Microsoft Access or Microsoft Excel. You can build your management system, your invoicing system, everything by yourself, no cost involved. Obviously, you need to have your Microsoft Office, but I would consider that is a necessary tool if you want to be a translator, because all of us work with Microsoft Office. So this is a third course for you, and I've got a very, very, very good deal for you. So let's go and see it. I've got this deal, but I also have to show you that you can also opt to combine these courses in a plan. I have my Pro package that has been on for 1 year. The school was launched last year, and in the Pro package combines the academic side and the business side of translation. So you have the qualifications and the business course, and you can purchase these two courses at a special price. I'm running a special offer at the moment, and if you put NY promotion 2024, you get a 50% discount on this plan, and a 10% discount on the business and the qualification course. NY promotion 2024. For the full business program, that is for those that are already established but want an extra level, or if you already have your qualifications sorted, for example. The full business plan will get you the business course, the full business course, and the tools at a special price, plus 5 mentoring sessions with me, 1 hour each on Skype, and that will come also with a discount, a 50% discount up until the 30th, up until tomorrow actually, and you can use the same code, NY promotion 2024. Sorry. So, and now for the full mentoring program that has been launched today, right now, you can get the 3 courses, all of them, the qualifications, the business course, and the tools, and you get 15 mentoring sessions with me on Skype, a 1 hour session. So this is a very good option if you want the full mentoring program. You get everything you need to start your business, and you get my support. Now, let's go to that offer that I was talking about. And for those who go now and type the promo code below, that is MC Class, so M Class 2024, you get a 10% discount on creating your business tools course and an amazing 50% off the full mentoring program. That is an amazing offer. This offer is valid for the first 10 students who enroll until the 15th of February 2024. Don't miss out these amazing offers. This is M Class 2024, and if you just acquire the tools course, you will get a 10% discount. If you decide to go for the full mentorship program, you'll get a 50% discount. All the other offers with the promo code NY promotion 2024 are valid to until tomorrow only, and it's also the 10 first to sign in. So get that. Just don't forget, sign in now, and I will be very happy to help you. And thank you very much for attending this masterclass. I apologize for my cough, and I apologize that this is a recording instead of being a live. I hope my next masterclass, when I do another masterclass, if I do another masterclass, I will hope to do it on a live. Before I go, I would like to thank you for coming. As I said, you can contact me at learning@updatedwords.com, or you can go to the school. That's where you can enroll and go to updatedwords/learning/s/school.teachable.com and enroll these fantastic courses or plans. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please leave me the questions on the comments below, and I'll be very happy to answer them. If we have a substantial number of questions, I am very happy to do a live next week, and then you can come on live and I'll answer those questions live. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon at my school, Updated Words Learning. Thank you. Bye.